Well, hello there. I am Arthur Morris, and after 39 years of bird photography, there's one thing for sure: I can teach you to become a better bird photographer. I'm heading up on the auto train to Lorton, Virginia, and then continuing on to Long Island, New York. I'll be doing lots of in the field sessions at Nickerson Beach for the terns and skimmers with their chicks. One poor chick there, middle right, got killed by an adult. We see lots of stark natural history there. And then also on the high tides in August, visiting East Pond at Jamaica Bay for more in the field instruction. Consider also joining me at Homer, Alaska for the best bald eagle photography in the world. Guaranteed so much flight photography that you won't be able to lift your lens. Today's program includes my favorite brown pelican images from San Diego from about 30 years of visits. I'll be there for 5 weeks. I'm doing 3 instructional photo tours and have lots of time for in the field sessions as well. The Galapagos trip is almost a sellout. We might have room for 3 or 1 person depending on a recent development. So if you want to come, you better hurry up. The world's best trip by far. When you need some new gear, don't forget to use Bedford's camera and video. Use the Birds Art code at checkout. Get 3% back on your credit card when your stuff ships, and free second-day air. Helps me out a ton too. This is a scan of a slide, an old film image, probably Fuji Velvia, pushed 1 stop. And this head throw, the head throw behavior is one of the things that captivates me about the Pelicans. This one was honored in a BBC Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition quite a while ago. The Pacific race of California brown pelican is absolutely stunning in breeding plumage. It's got the brown hind cap, yellow head, beautiful red base of the bill pouch, and the rest of the bill pouch a bright olive green. One of the hardest shots to get is a single pelican sitting on a rock doing nothing. A nice adult here and a juvenile here. This one made in 2022. Probably a 1-year-old bird as it's getting some black on the top of the head. This is the standard shot of a gorgeous bird, Pacific blue background. If you come on one of the 3 San Diego IPTs and don't go home with an image just like this, you should be embarrassed. Here's a similar bird in softer light with the bill pouch distended. You see the red base to the bill pouch and the beautiful olive and the sweet, sweet Pacific Ocean background. The birds in winter plumage have white hind necks. As they start to molt, they get this beautiful black and white speckled on the back of their neck. I call them carpet necks. It's one of my favorite plumages. Here's the non-breeding plumage. We need a cloudy day to get a distant cliff background so we can shoot off sun angle. And the juveniles are quite handsome in their own right. This is a bird of the year. This crazy plumage is probably a bird about 2-3 years old. It's got the red on the bill pouch. It's got black coming in on the top of the face, and yet lots of chocolatey brown stuff. I call these guys chocolate covered cherries. Messing around with the bird looking right down the lens barrel. I think this was shot at f11 or 16 and nowhere near enough depth of field. The only way to do it would be to have a frozen pelican and focus stack, but in bird photography in real life, not going to happen. I love the birds that show a little bit of crest. This one has a nice gray feather popping up, and there's my favorite raised crest pelican. A friend of mine was sitting in the tea shop across the way during a drizzle when I made this one. He regrets it to this day. The birds are so tame that with any lens you can have opportunities to do ridiculous close-ups, to create some really neat abstracts, to push the button when maybe nobody else would push the button. We get lots of opportunities for flight photography, even with 70 to 200 lenses. This is an older image, nice bird breaking to land. I love doing pleasing blurs. This one was created with the handheld 200 to 600 at a 15th of a second. This one on the tripod at a 30th of a second. This was a crazy situation. There was a huge surf. I was following this bird in when suddenly a gigantic wave broke through the frame about 50 feet above the gravel beach below. I pushed a shutter button and made a few good ones. Typical sunny morning at La Jolla. This bird is starting the head throw. It's a huge challenge getting the perfect head throw image. This one's pretty good. I'm still trying to get one as good as the one I got on film 25 years ago. Maybe this year. Here's a pre-dawn head throw. We get out real early so we can take advantage on clear mornings of the pink, blue, purple skies to the west. This guy's sitting on a curved perch across from the opening to the cave. After a couple of years of getting some great stuff, last year in 22, the perch fell down, undoubtedly from the weight of a pelican. The behavior is amazing. Birds are always doing something. Here we have one scratching, two sort of greeting each other, and a bit of a squabble here. The bird on our right has actually grabbed the bill of the bird on our left. Not much violence, though. Here's another one from 2022, a sort of Rembrandt-looking image of two birds bathing. After 30 years in San Diego, I finally discovered a spot where we can get the birds skimming low over the waves. We'll be visiting there in late morning, lots of times on sunny days with any kind of wind from the east or the north. This is one of my very favorite pelican images. I love the placement of the wave as a frame. If I had waited a second or two, the wave would have broken right through the bird's head and I would have deleted it. This is Eugen Dolan. He's been on a Falklands land-based trip with me. He came on a Puffins and Gannets IPT to England and Scotland, and he's just signed up for one of the last openings on the Galapagos trip. So get out, make some great images, shoot me an email with any questions, and there'll be a link to the instructional photo tours and the blog in the description of the video. Also, the smartest thing you could do is visit my blog, learn, and subscribe. Make some great pictures. Till then, we'll see you out there. Artie.